All right, you guys, today we're looking at plank pose. Plank pose, it is an amazing full body strengthener. It's a great stabilizing posture, and it is one of the key foundations to your vinyasa practice. So let's take a look at it under the microscope. So if you have a block, go ahead and have it handy. We'll do a little drill with it. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. We are going to come to all fours to begin with. So similar to how we built that cat-cow in that cat-cow tutorial, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out so that you have a solid foundation. You're going to bring your hands down to the floor, and you're going to stack your shoulders directly up over your wrists. And as we start on all fours, you're going to stack your hips directly up over your knees. If you have sensitive wrists, I'm going to show a forearm plank as well as a regular plank pose, so you can do this whole first part on your knees to give yourself a little bit of extra support. But what you're going to do is you're going to keep this strong stack, and then you're going to step your right foot all the way back to the back of the mat. Press the ball of the foot with a lot of vigor down into the floor so that you activate the whole leg. And then you're just going to step that left foot back to meet it. So your feet are about hips distance apart. Now what tends to happen when we first start plank pose is we either collapse through the chest, so it kind of looks like that cow pose, or we overdo it and round through the upper spine, and it kind of looks like that scared cat position. So see if you can split the difference and lengthen your chest forward, keeping the shoulders stacked. Now, if at any point this becomes too much, you just bring your knees down to the ground, take a little breather, maybe even shift your hips back a little bit to give your wrists a little breather. Okay, so again, shift forward, step your right foot back, activate through that leg, step the left foot back, activate through the leg, and see if you can start to become aware not just of your hands and your arms, but can you become aware of your feet and your legs? So press the feet down into the floor with as much vigor as you're pressing the hands down. Lift through your kneecaps. Send your tailbone back to the back of the mat and hug your outer hips in. And then lift a little bit through your low belly. So lift that low belly to your spine. And then here you are in this fully connected, very vigorous, full body strengthening posture. So take one more big inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Lower your knees down to the ground. Shift your hips back and take a little breather. Okay, so that's your plank. Forearm plank is virtually the same thing. The only difference is you're going to come down to the forearms, right? And you may find that having your hands on the floor, if you've got tight shoulders, is actually a little bit too much, right? Because it means that your elbows kind of flip out to one side. So hug those elbows in towards each other. So these forearms are like two train tracks. And if that's too much, having your palms flat, this is the first opportunity for your block. You're going to take your hands and press your pinky edge into the ground and squeeze that block. And then the same mechanics apply. So remember that I'm sort of in a sloppy cow pose right now. And then I'm in like a scared cat. And then split the difference, lengthen the crown of your head forward. Step your right foot back toward, actually let's step the left foot back just to vary it up a little bit. Step your left foot back, step your right foot back. Your hips are in line with your shoulders. Your forearms are pressing down into the floor. Your outer hips are hugging in, your low belly is lifting. The crown of your head is lengthening towards the front of the room. And again, your whole body is active, but your wrists are getting a break. Take 2 more breaths here. And then exhale, lower your knees, and shift your hips back. Now the very last little drill I'm going to show you, if you're trying to strengthen your forearm plank or your regular plank, you're going to put the block in between your legs. So I'm going to demonstrate in a plank pose with the block between my legs. But if you've got 2 blocks, or if you don't need a block in that forearm plank, you can do it on your forearms as well. So you're going to set the block in between your legs. Right? You're going to squeeze it. You're going to plant your hands down onto the ground. So your hands are about shoulders distance apart. Your shoulders are stacked right up over your wrists. So it's that nice little base of a swing set. And then you're gonna step that left foot back, and you kind of have to wiggle worm your way back here because you got the block in between your legs. But the only difference here, right, the upper body remains largely the same. It's neither catted nor cowed. It's lengthened, is that you're able to squeeze into that block. And so when you've got something to squeeze into, it makes it a little easier to activate through your legs. So give yourself 5 breaths here, lifting through your lower belly, pressing through the hands and feet, firming the arms and legs into the midline of your body, and doing your best to find steady flow of breath. And then the knees come down, the hips shift back, you remove that block, and voila, you have a plank pose. So we use this pose as a transition a lot in flow classes, but the more you can work it in isolation, the stronger you get, and the more your body gets used to what a stable, strong, aligned plank pose is. So there you go. If you have any questions, definitely hit them up in the comment section, and then give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time on the mat.